course, you can do this practice without weight, but I'm going to use an 8-pound weight today. You might use 3, 5, even 10 if you like. You want to ramp it up a little bit. And a couple of blocks, please, for your practice today. Let's begin in standing. So you can have your blocks at the top of the mat. Grab whatever you're using for a weight. If you don't have a dumbbell at home, you could certainly pause the video right now and grab a soup can and just work with that. So feet hip distance apart. Let your right hand hold the weight and let the right shoulder be depressed with that weight. So really let it hang down. And then take your left ear to your left shoulder, opposite direction. You might take a breath into that already. You might feel some nice added lengthening to the stretch. And if you want to, you can do some gentle head circles. One direction and then the other. Soften your knees, soften your jaw. Come into neutral head position, and then you can let the right side bend, really drag down through with the weight, and then let the left side bend. And you can take your left ear towards your left shoulder and get a good neck stretch, trap stretch out of it. And one more time, both sides. Go down on the right. Try not to back bend or forward fold. So you're really working with this lateral bend. Go down on the left. Come into the center, swap your hands, and begin by letting that weight just drag and depress the shoulder blade. Get a little more length to the trap. And then take your right ear towards your right shoulder. Explore that stretch. You can breathe into it. And then you might bring it into some neck circles and just see what's going on there in the left side of your neck. You can go the other way as well. Soft jaw, soft knees. And then head a little more neutral. Left side bend, drag down through the weight. Right side bend, right ear can go away from the weight. Head can go away from the weight. Left side bend. Straight laterally, and right side bend. So good. Coming into the center now, and we'll stand at the top of the mat, taking the weight just below the left hip joint. Right toes point forwards, left knee up, out to the side. You can micro bend your standing leg, and then back behind you and tip your torso like you're gonna go into a half moon. You could even have a block ready for you, but try not to weight it too much. You could even float this and then bring it all the way back up, knee to chest. Again, do that circle out to the side. Try to keep your standing knee over your second toe of the standing leg, and you might stretch it out here, floating it, or find your block, and then bring it all the way back up. A little more challenging with the weight. One more time. This time you can find that half moon. Try to be light in your hand, and then maybe a bit of pulsing of that back leg down and up. And then bring it all the way back in, knee to chest. And you can switch sides. I had to concentrate because this floor is squishy. So left toes point forwards, left knee over the second toe, weight right underneath the right hip. And then start with those soft, grounded leg, floating half moons, a couple of them. You can explore extending out the back leg, starting to stack the hips a little bit more, point the right toes out to the side. All four corners of the grounded foot, right? Inner and outer heel, pinky toe mound, big toe mound. Maybe you find the half moon here, really light on your hands, and then a couple of pulses with that upright leg. Maybe you catch your balance and then you come all the way back in and release. Take the weight in both hands to the chest. Take that up above with elbows bent at about 90 degrees, and then squeeze your elbows to the midline. Try to gather your front low ribs down towards your pelvis, and then let the elbows move a little more into the ear line or maybe even behind. Connected to your abdominal muscles here so that you're not back arching, more neutral spine. And then you can take that forwards again and take that all the way up. And then again, front ribs down, back ribs up, arms a little more in line with the ears. Maybe here you let your arms fall back a bit with the weight. The shoulder blades elevate. Find your edge and then bring it all the way back down. Nice, you can take the weight down to the floor. Come on up, arms up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Lengthen your spine. Step back, downward facing dog. Roll over your toes, take your knees down, tabletop. And then let your left leg reach out, inhale. Then turn it out like a half moon, hips stack. Toe points out, and then left foot finds the floor. So it's like you're in a low side angle. Right fingers can pop up, and maybe you shift your right shin a little lateral, a little out to the side. And you could grab your weight with your left hand. Of course, you could be on a full hand plant, a fingertip, or a block. Pull it up. Keep the weight close to the shoulder. Then roll your bottom chest up, wrap your bottom shoulder blade around into the armpit, and see if you can lift that up. Now, some of you might be able to really surf weight into your legs and start to float up. And then slowly keep the weight in your legs, especially your outer left foot. Come down to fingertips or full hand plant. Take the weight all the way down to the floor. And switch sides. So tabletop, you can be hand plant or fingertips. Right leg back, widen your hip bones. Turn the foot out, toes out like a half moon, stack your hips. Place the foot, you can angle the left shin lateral. And then start to shift weight into your feet. Like you could come up there, you can take the weight with your right hand. Pull it close to your shoulder, then roll your bottom chest up. Wrap your bottom shoulder blades strongly down, and you can lift up. Can you shift so much weight into your legs that you come all the way up, holding the weight, arm lines alongside the ear, bicep and ear, and then slowly come down, fingertips, and slowly lower the weight. Hands plant like a plank, shoulder distance, knees go back. Press your tops of your feet down and make that long line from hips to shoulders. And then come across with your right hand, grab the weight, pull it up, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and try not to swivel your chest. So sternum stays facing the floor, and then reach it all the way back out. Right hand down. Left hand can take the weight here. Pull that up, squeeze your shoulder blades together, try to center the weight on your knees, sternum, pubic bone faces the floor, and then you can reach across and take the weight to the other side. One more, both sides. Pull up and go wide, and then again, pull up, squeeze shoulder blades, and go wide. Now, if you like, you can take a wide-legged plank, hip bones wide, shoulder blades wide, press the ground away. And then left arm goes over, pull it up, and bring it across. Right arm comes up, and bring it across. 2 more times both sides. You can explore from the knees. Try not to twist the hips or the torso, so using that deeper core awareness. Across. And then take your knees down, tuck toes, hips to tucked toes like an active child's. Let your head go. My heart rate went up there, my breath quickened. So maybe you take a slower, softer breath. And then come back up. Now, if it was okay from the plank, or you can do this from the knees, I'll show that first. Take your left hand up and then roll to the outer right edges of your feet. Take your bottom shoulder blade wide and see if you can push up here. Take a breath, lift your bottom hip, and then you can pull the weight down to the other side as you come back to the plank, maybe the knee plank. Right hand can grab the weight, pull it up, turn to the left edges of the feet, roll the bottom chest up, lift the bottom hip, and come down. So you might explore one more time both sides. Rolling that bottom shoulder blade under you to get that serratus power, shoulder stabilization. And see if you can move slow and powerfully through this, pushing the ground away with the bottom hand. Then take the weight down, hands to the floor, knees down, tuck toes, that active child's downward facing dog. Rolled plank. Lower. Onto your belly, forearms forwards. And let your head fall, but it won't touch the floor, right? Because your forearms are preventing you, so your upper back gets a little scaffolding to hang. Press your toenails down, widen your hips, widen your collarbones. Take a breath there. And with that width across your pelvis especially, sink your tailbone to your pubic bone and then start to reach forwards and up like you had a long wizard cap on and you were trying to reach it as far forwards as you could and then up to the ceiling. Try to get the bend into your upper back. Once you have that, either stay there or start to lift your elbows, squeeze them in, and keep moving the bend into your upper back. Maybe your wizard cap goes back behind you, tailbone reaching to the pubic bone. Wide pelvis, toenails down. Come on down. Let your head go, but just let it hang on the scaffolding of the forearms. Again, like that. Wide pelvis, pinky toes heavy, big toes reaching away, tailbone to pubic bone. Reach your wizard cup forwards and up. Maybe your witch hat if you want. Get the bend going your upper back. Maybe come up a bit more and then reach it forwards, reach it forwards, reach it forwards. Reach it up and back. Open your throat. And come on down. Shift a little to the right side of your mat. Take your left arm out to the side into a Y position. Roll over. You can scorpion your right leg. Take your tippy toes back. And then try to actually bring your left shoulder into the mat a bit. Like you're almost internally rotating it. Press the left shoulder head a little closer to the mat. See if that gives you a bit more of an even stretch across the pec. Some of you might even catch your back ankle in this. Both legs are projecting away from the pelvis. And come on out. You can switch your sides there. A Y position, scorpion it. And then your right shoulder, see if you can drop it to the mat a little bit, just slowly there. Take a breath. And you might catch your ankle. Open it up. Beautiful. Roll it all the way back down. And up and back into child's form. Tuck your toes and reach back. Take a few breaths. You can roll on up. If kneeling is okay for you, you can kneel. You might cross-legged. And I'm going to show you a mudra for a bold heart, in which you can interlock left hand in front of the right, your pinkies ring middle, and then your other two fingers come together. And then you take that a little left of your center to your heart. So this is the Abhaya Hridaya Mudra, which is the fearless heart. Wide collarbones, soften your jaw. You can have your lips touching, your teeth just really softly touching, tip of the tongue behind the two front teeth. Fearless heart. So nice. You can let that go. With your blocks, I'm going to invite you to put your one block on its low level. Now, some of you who do reclined heroes, you can sit in between your feet. Make sure that block is right at the shoulder blade level. So you can go over it, take your head down, maybe even your arms go long, or you interlock opposite elbows. If this variation doesn't work for your legs, outstretch your legs, feet together, come up and over that, and get a little boost to your chest, to your heart. Let's take 5 breaths here and move around. Make yourself 1% more comfortable, your back 1% longer. Count 5 breaths. After you're done that, you can take the block out. Maybe pull on the edges of your mat to sink your tailbone under you, lengthening your low spine, just tucking your shoulder blades under a bit. Take a few breaths as you exhale, maybe a sigh. Soften your belly, your hips, your low back. And you're welcome to stay here for a moment as I close our class today with a poem called I Went Out to Hear by Leela Chatti. I went out to hear the sound of quiet, the sky indigo, steeping deeper from the top like tea. In the absence of anything else, my own breathing became obscene. I heard the beating of bats' wings before the air troubled above my head, turned to look and saw them gone. On the surface of the black lake, a swan and the moon stayed perfectly still. I knew this was a perfect moment, which would only hurt me to remember and never live again. My God, how lucky to have lived a life I would die for. Stay there for as long as you like, as long as you need. Grateful that you showed up for yourself today. Peace.